Hello everyone, how are you doing today? We're going to talk about a condition called fibromyalgia. This is an invisible disability which may not be obvious to the normal eye unless of course you have a noticeable limp or you use a walking stick due to this condition. It's a very chronic condition characterized by the widespread pain, fatigue, and heightened sensitivity to touch. Some of the common symptoms actually include sensitivity to stimuli around you, especially pain, which will include common symptoms of muscle and joint pain especially. You probably will experience sleep disturbances at night, not being able to sleep, extreme fatigue, that's extreme tiredness, and other issues often referred to as fibro because you can't think straight sometimes, it's as if you've lost your memory. It can also involve serious migraine and headaches. Sometimes you could get irritable bowel syndrome and also other symptoms like dizziness, feeling sick, and as I've said, muscle stiffness. This stiffness may be most severe when you have been in the same position for a very long time. So you could be standing for a long time, sitting down for quite a long time, and you feel this heaviness. For example, when you first wake up also in the morning, you might feel this heavy weight on your shoulders, a sensation at the back of your neck, and it can cause severe headaches in the middle of the night. I suffer from this, okay? And sometimes I do have difficulty getting out of bed, Also, I sometimes find it difficult getting to sleep or staying asleep. I wake up sometimes so many times in the middle of the night, I can't get back to sleep. When you get up in the morning, then you feel drained of energy, okay? And problems with this is that sometimes you can't concentrate because you've been drained of this energy. You're still extremely tired. You can't concentrate or remember things sometimes, okay? It can cause also an irritable bowel syndrome, like diarrhea. It's not common, but some people could develop that. You could have serious pain in your stomach. You can sometimes have bloating and feelings of frustration. When you want to do something, you're worrying because you can't do what you want to do because you're in a low mood and you have this drained energy. You just haven't got the strength to do what you want to do. Sometimes this condition can actually improve or get worse. You could wake up in the morning. Sometimes I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling brilliant. I can get a lot done. You see me on my social media, and some days I just can't be bothered. But unfortunately, there's no cure for this fibromyalgia, but there are treatments to help relieve some of the symptoms and make the condition easier to live with. Treatment tends to be a combination of your lifestyle changes. I've tried to change my lifestyle, cut out sugar, walk a bit more, such as exercise. I use the treadmill. I use relaxation techniques. I take herbal tea, or I just pace myself. When you feel that pain, some people take, the GP will prescribe pain medicine. I don't like taking medicine unless it's extreme and I have to. I'd rather do other therapy, okay? Alternative therapy and relaxation techniques. So one relaxation technique is pacing yourself. Don't overdo things. In particular, exercise has a number of important benefits for people with this condition, including it helps to reduce the pain. I find when I use my treadmill, I feel a bit better, okay? I use it as often as I can, daily, at least for 30 minutes, sometimes twice a day. But I noticed that walking short distances also helps, okay? Very helpful. Walk, not too long because then you start feeling the pain. Shopping, cleaning the house helps, okay? Not in excess, just to a pace in which you can work and then you can rest afterwards. The exact cause of fibromyalgia is unknown, but it is thought to be related to abnormal levels of certain chemicals in the brain and changes in the way the central nervous system, the brain, the spinal cord, and our nerves processes pain messages carried around our body. It's also suggested that some people are more likely to develop this condition because of genes, genes inherited from their parents. So, of course, it could be inherited. It might not be triggered from childhood or trauma or an accident, but it could be, it's hereditary, inherited from their parents. In many cases, the condition appears to be triggered by things that are physical. For instance, you're overexerting your body, or emotional, like an injury, you were in an accident, or you had an infection, or due to stress. Okay, and people are probably wondering, then who's affected by this condition? Actually, anyone can develop fibromyalgia, but it's more common in women than men. Yes, I shall repeat that. It is more common in women than men. No one knows why, but the condition typically develops between the ages of 25 and 55. But people of any age can get it, including children and older people. There's still a lot of research being done on this, and GPs themselves have not really diagnosed a lot of people with this. You have the symptoms and they'll look it up and think, okay, it could be that. It could be something else, because a lot of the symptoms are also related to other symptoms. It is also not clear exactly how many people are affected by this condition, although research has suggested it could be a relatively common condition. So it might just be something that the older you get, your body gets weaker, obviously, wear and tear. It could be, like I said, stress, the kind of work you're doing. Some estimates actually suggest nearly 1 in 20 people may be affected by fibromyalgia to some degree. You might not realize it now. I never realized it all these years. I just used to get on with my work, get on, until no more. That's why I left that job I told you in February. And I'm still working, but probably a desk job is what would be more suitable now if you have this condition. One of the main reasons it's not clear how many people are affected is because fibromyalgia can be a difficult condition to diagnose. Like I said, your GP might not have diagnosed you with it. You might have these symptoms, but it might not be. It could be. But your GP too is only just learning about this. There's no test, you see. The trouble is sometimes that is hard to prove. It's an invisible disability, okay? It's an invisible disability. So it's hard to diagnose, it's hard to test for, and it's hard to prove. But you know how you're feeling, If sometimes you might get serious headaches, like I said before. Now, if this has caused you to experience pain and stiffness in your neck and shoulders, especially, I get a heavy weight here. You may also have frequent headaches behind your head. I've developed a lump behind my head now, in my neck, which I'm going for a scan for 2nd of April in Seven Oaks to see what that has caused that. I suspect it's part of the arthritis condition I have, which I said, but now it's gotten worse. That's why I gave up my job, and I think it is fibromyalgia. My doctor's not diagnosed it, but I have all these symptoms. So these headaches can vary from being mild or severe migraines. Sometimes it's so severe I can't get up. And it could also involve other symptoms, such as feeling sick, feeling dizzy, clumsy. I drop a lot of things in my hands. Sometimes I get so stiff. I drop a lot of things. I get pins and needles in my hands. You could feel too cold or too hot sometimes. This is because you're not able to regulate your body temperature properly when you have this condition. Also, you might get an overwhelming urge to move your legs. Your legs become restless, especially at night. At night, just before I go to bed, I'm wrestling with my legs. Before I can get to bed, my legs are up and down, So, which I often experience, like I said, before I can go to sleep. You can also experience, like I said, a tingling numbness or prickling or burning sensations in your hands and your feet. And this is what is commonly known, as we call it, pins and needles. Now, I developed this quite a few years, and I thought, what is this? Thought nothing of it. I thought wear and tear. But it has come to light that no, it is what it is. It is fibromyalgia. I'm 100% certain. There are several other conditions often associated with fibromyalgia, which is what I have, arthritis in my knees. I said that before when I was doing the pension video. Generally, these are rheumatic conditions affecting the joints, muscles, and bones, such as arthritis, which is when damage to the joints causes pain and stiffness. Rheumatoid arthritis, when the immune system mistakenly attacks healthy cells in the joints, causing pain and swelling. It's very painful. I get it in my knees. Some days, like I said, the condition, you don't feel it, you're fine. You can go 100 miles an hour. You can do so many things, but sometimes you're exhausted and you can't. Today I feel okay. I feel okay. I pace myself. Sometimes I don't, but most days I'm okay because I manage the pain. Now, relaxation. If you have fibromyalgia, is very important. It's important to regularly take time to relax or practice relaxation techniques like a massage. Go for a massage, go for a pedicure, a head and neck, a face massage, okay? A pedicure, a manicure, just anything that makes you relax. Swimming. Stress can make your symptoms worse or cause them to flare up more often. Now, the dreaded stress. It could also increase your chances of developing depression. This could happen if you are in a job that worsens your condition. Take note, my people, okay, where you have to do quite a lot of physical activity. Probably long distance driving. My former job involved long distance driving, running up and down stairs. I thought I can't do that anymore. Or doing so much physical stuff like lifting and carrying, While it is good to do those things in moderation to get exercise, lifting, carrying, shopping, walking, driving. Yeah, you got to move using the treadmill, but not in excess. Most of the jobs, you're probably doing it on a daily basis in excess, as is why it worsens the condition, okay? It will not help your condition if you do any of those things excessively. So fibromyalgia can make it difficult to fall asleep or, like I said before, or stay asleep. You find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, probably go toilet, but probably just because you're restless. It can cause insomnia, where you can't sleep. Insomnia, you can't sleep at all. If you have problems sleeping, it may help you to get up at the same time every morning. I try and get up the same time every morning, about 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. Go to bed about 10, 11, and get up at 6. So I only need like 7 hours sleep. But like I said, during that time, I'm restless. But just try and go to bed early. Also, try to relax before going to bed. Try to create a bedtime routine. You could take a bath or drink something warm. I try and drink something warm. Sometimes just hot water with lemon. Or a milky drink. A milky drink could make you feel sleepy. A chocolate drink. Avoid coffee, caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol before going to bed. Avoid caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol before going to bed. Avoid eating a heavy meal late at night. That will disrupt your sleep. I always try and eat by 7 o'clock, except if I'm out with friends and we go for dinner. Then obviously my immune system is upset because I'm eating later. But I try and eat before 7. Make sure your bedroom is comfortable with soft pillows and very clean, nice smelling sheets, okay? Clean smelling sheets to help you sleep better at night, okay? Hopefully with these tips, you'll be able to manage your condition. It's what I have done. I'm seeing my GP again, hopefully this week. He has signed me off sick for a while because of this condition. I've left that other job, so I'm searching for a desk job, okay? Let me know in the comments your experiences of this. If you suffer from this invisible disability, you may be entitled to a disability badge from the Blue Badge scheme in the UK. For other countries, you have to check with your local departments whether you can get a disability badge. And you can check with a GP or a health professional also, okay? So it's a condition that can be managed, but some of you out there possibly going through this now, like I am, and I've made a life decision now that, okay, I'm not going to do a job that's going to worsen this condition. I'm looking for a desk-based online job. And yeah, so I'm going through with my workplace, my other workplace, as to what they can do to find me a desk-based job. The previous job I worked at, I left in February is because it was too physical, long distance driving, running. I thought I couldn't do that anymore. But this other job I might be able to do if they give me a desk-based job. Otherwise, I will be working online for myself as I'm doing now. I'm doing my consulting, employment law, consulting and therapy. Because people, I will spell it out. If you don't look after your health, no one will, okay? You are the manufacturer of your own destiny. So you need to take care of yourself. Nobody will do it for you. All right? Especially if you're getting older. Like I've said, in my previous videos, especially if you're getting older and your pension is not being paid. I will keep you updated on that as I hear things. Any updates, but please sign the petition, okay? If we get 100,000 signatures, we can possibly do something. Anyway, that's all for now. And thanks for watching and hope to see you soon.